statements of the authorities. Diosdado Cabello is having some statements. Let's listen.
So we are here in our Simon Bolivar International Airport of the Guaira, the main airport of our country, and so we are just expecting the arrival, the landing of because this plane is just approaching, in which the partners coming from the United States are here. So according to the U.S. list, there are 226 migrants and 37 children. And so I said this according to the list because we have received a list that is not corresponding to the passengers, to the quantity of passengers or the names of the passengers. So in any case, they will be welcomed. The figure that the United States decides to send to our country, 226 new ones. We have been receiving over 4,000 compatriots that are coming back with the return to the homeland plan, an effort that is made by the government to bring Venezuelans back home. So we have coordinated with the Mexican governments and other governments that have air deals with us. For example, in Chile, we could not land our planes there, or in Argentina. So in any case, we just welcome these Venezuelans now, and we continue insisting ahead of the world, because this is the problem of the kidnapping of a group of Venezuelans that are in El Salvador in a concentration camp, kidnapped by the U.S. and Salvadoran governments. In this case, the fascist Salvadoran government has just incarcerated them in a concentration camp, violating their human rights without having committed any crime in El Salvador. There they have it in a cage, just mistreated without food, harassed within the whole prison. So we saw with very strange with someone from the United Nations who was concerned over what it could be a forced disappearance of Venezuelans. It's so much a difference when they cope with the issues of Venezuela. They always said that it is a forced disappearance, and so this is a group of over 250 Venezuelans that are kidnapped, and they have continued sending Venezuelans there, people there. Today we received these 226 Venezuelans. We ask, and we continue to ask and demand the return of the child, of the girl Michaelis, to Venezuela. So we are here with the Venezuelan mothers and fathers that are being deprived of their children. Their children have been taken away and to go to the foster cares, and so they see the human being as a merchandise, and we demand Michaelis to return. We wish her seeing on these planes very soon. We wish that the father of the girl come back too. So we demanded the United States government to return Michaeli and all the children kidnapped in the United States. Today, flight number 22, we will continue receiving them, treating them as human beings, and sending them a message. Come here, come back to Venezuela to work for your homeland. This is the best country of the world. How could you assess the silence of this bipartisan delegation of the U.S. that toured the Sicot prison, in which they could see and compared the reality of La Mara Salvatrucha and the Venezuelan migrants and the silence of these UN authorities. Well, we don't expect anything from them. The simple fact of being a person, of being a militant, political militant, of the NGO of the United States, so we cannot expect anything from them. We cannot expect anything from the United Nations, because the United Nations doesn't control anything. It doesn't exist. The United Nations is an organization that is prone to disappear for its self-transformation in a executing branch of the United States, and so we will continue struggling alongside the peoples of the world, alongside the governments who cared, alongside the Venezuelan people, for all those Venezuelans kidnapped in the United States and El Salvador. And this fight we will continue to wage till we return all these Venezuelans home. And you say that they have been sending more migrants to El Salvador. Could you be more accurate about the figure? And if you could be more accurate about the figure of those citizens arriving and requested by the Interpol. So in these days, a 19-year-old boy came out and who was transferred to El Salvador, and that information was leaked, and we have reports that were sent by other Venezuelans who were sent to El Salvador in a hidden way, because they have the route, the way, and so for example, they have the route to transfer to Venezuelans to El Dorado, and so they have the way to transfer them to El Salvador. And so according to the original list, there are coming 11 people with crime records, with justice requests, and of the total, there is just one requested by Interpol, and so we continue working. And anyone who has criminal records, who have some debt with justice, we just are at the service of justice. So you have ratified the will of the Bolivarian government in the case of Michele Espinosa. Is there something news about her? What can we expect on the case, on the kidnapping of this girl, and on the kidnapping of other Venezuelans by U.S. authorities and by the Bukele administration? So we just wait there every day, and that depends on the U.S. government. I wish we could see her just landing on off this plane for Venezuela to have a party, and that the U.S. government recognize the mistakes they have made, and they deliver the girl to her parents, because they have never split her up from her parents. So they already begun just landing off the plane, getting off the plane, and so the children, girls and boys, we are just going to receive them there, and Venezuela is a joy right now. Good. In the list, she's not there, but I wish and the last time she was getting off of the plane.
Vicepresidente sectorial de Política, Seguridad Ciudadana y Paz, Capitán Diosdado